We all know that every mobile application or any application, either it may be mobile or a web application, it must have a login page or a sign up page. And without signing page or without login page, the application would make no sense. Means there are applications which might not require any login or authentication features, but most of the websites or applications or mobile apps should have login page or sign up page in order to authenticate the user of that applications. That sign up page or login page we are going to develop in this video. Hey everyone, this is Mangal and I welcome you all back to my channel. If you like my content or if this video helps you in any manner, please consider subscribing to my channel and share it with your friends and colleagues so that they can also get benefited from my videos or contents. So let's start the video without wasting more time. As usually, I have already created a Flutter demo app which you can see on the emulator running. It's a basic app that gets generated whenever you create a new project in Flutter. We will create two more pages that I have already created. One is sign up page, another is a home page. In sign up page, when you click on any sign up button or login button, it will redirect to home page. In this video, I will not cover how to connect to any endpoint or API to store our data. I will just create a form, I will just hit a button and it should redirect to our home page. In the next video, I will guide you or I will show you how we can store our data in a database, real-time database. Either it may be a Firebase or it may be any other servers that you are storing through any APIs. So continue our coding. So this sign up page should be linked in our main.dat so that when we run our application or run our mobile app, the sign up page should come at the beginning instead of our this demo of Flutter home page. So let's remove this previous code, I mean the originally generated code, and hook our newly created sign up file. Here delete this as well and type sign up. And now we have successfully hooked our sign up page in our main.dat file. When you run this application, you might face issue because I'm running this sign up and there is nothing visible, it's all black. It's happening because in the sign up page we have only container, which is a container but it has nothing to showcase to the user or render on the UI level. So in this signup.dat we will wrap scaffold widget to container so that the UI should look better. Scaffold accepts body and up bar. You might have seen this in my previous video, and if you haven't seen, then you can check out my other videos. What are the uses of the scaffold widgets and containers. So now I have created a scaffold widget and hooked our container into body, and I'm going to create an up bar which will hold our title of the app. Here I'm saying in title, let's create a text widget, and text will hold, let's give it a name, sign up application demo. Now save this one. You can see we have linked our sign up page with the main home with the main.dat. Now you can see the sign up application demo page is appearing over here on the emulator. Now let's create four fields, three fields and one submit button to log into our application. one field for name, another field for email, and another field for password. And we will create those three fields or four widgets inside a form widget. So let's create for us that. Now I'm creating a child of form, and this form again will contain a child, and inside this form I will create a column widget. Column widget will accept our array of widgets where you can create any number of widgets in a vertical manner. So first let me create a text field widget inside this text form field. Here in text form field you can give decoration, and in input decoration you can give the level of the input field like input decoration, and here go and choose for title, hint text, or sorry, level text. Then in level text you can give like enter name. Here you can see enter name appeared. Similarly, copy and paste three more so that we can edit them later. Three fields. Now this field should accept our email, enter email address, and the third field should accept our password. Now and control and save. There you go. You can see enter name, enter email address, and enter password. Now the three fields are very close to each other. Let's give some space between them. Either you can use spacer or you can use sized box to give us space between them. When we are giving spacer, it is giving more space whatever available in the container or in the column widget. Instead of giving spacer, let's try with size box. Height of 15 pixel. Now there is a gap of 15 pixel between enter name and enter email address. Similarly, copy and paste this below of enter email address. Now the three fields are looking little good because we have given some space between those widgets. So let's see how we can add our next widget on which we'll click and we'll redirect to next home page after successfully logging or after validating the data properly. So let me create a widget. So let me give a space after enter password of 30, and I will create a button of raised button, and I will have a text of login, not login, sign up. Save it. You can see a sign up button. We can give color to this button using color and colors dot blue or we have kept this onPressed method blank because we have not created any method to call from here. So now let's create controllers for this text form field which will hold the data when we enter in the text fields. So for text form field of enter name, we can accept the data of any type. Either it can be number or a string or a text value. So for that we can give keyboard type text type to text input type to text. It means it will accept any value. Similarly, we can copy this and you can apply for email and change it from text to email address. And for third, we can accept a text type with obscure false. Obscure means it will hide the text and it will show you in star format. Let's check whether for password we have something or not. It is saying visible passwords, but we'll go for text and we'll enable obscure text true. Let's save it and see the effects what we can have on enter password. I'm entering something on password star format. Like you might have seen any application, it will not be visible to you until unless you click on show or view. Depends upon the application having show or hide password features. So this is the way it will look like if you enter in our password. Now let's create controllers, text editing controllers for all the text form field to hold the data entered by the users, and we will validate those in our method, which will create a sign up method to validate and redirect to our home page based upon the validation success or failure. Now if you hover on the text form field, you can see there is a text editing controller. So let's create three text editing controller on sign up state page. So I'm creating text editing controller. I guess it's taking little time. Name controller. It should be text editing controller. Similarly, copy and paste for other two controllers. Name, then for email controller, and for password controller. It's saying it we have to. Why saying is wrong? Undefined class text editing controller. Try changing the name to the name of an existing class. Let me. Here there is a spelling mistake. Editing. So let's replace this with this text editing controller. Now the errors are gone. In my previous video I had told that whenever you used any kind of resources, we need to release them when those resources are used. For that we can override one method, dispose method, and dispose this controller so that our app should release the resources that are being used while performing our operations. After that it should release our resources. So let's override that dispose method. Just type dispose and it will show you in a list the method name, and you just press enter and you can add those controller names and call it dispose method. And for email, this is very important in order to make your app performance better. Now all the three controllers are being disposed. Now let's hook the text editing controllers for the respective fields. For text form field of enter name, I'm going to add the controller properties and assign the name controller. Similarly for enter email as well, controller and email controller Now for password, we can assign the password controller. In our text form field, we can also validate the input value whether it's correct or not, whatever the validation or the regular expression. In suppose you have a field where you want to enter only the numbers, you don't want to allow them to enter any kind of special characters, then for that you need to have some particular expression to validate the entered input value. Those kind of validations can be implemented inside the text form field as well by calling the validation property. Suppose in enter name validation, validator is there. Just call this value method, and inside this method we can check if value is empty. If value is empty, then we can return a message, this field cannot be blank. Similarly, we can return for other value as well. Yes, we have returned a value, and if else, return nothing. Now let's save and try it. Okay, before that we need to create a form key which will handle the validation actually. Form key global key with form state. It has to be a variable, not the form key. Now assign this form key to the form widget here with the property key. Now let's save this, and let's create a method, sign up method, which will be called from clicking on the sign up button, so that we can validate all the fields whether they are empty or not, or whether they are matching to our regular expression or conditions or not. So let me create a method here with the name sign up. And inside the sign up I will call the form key which we created to check whether all the fields are valid or not. So that result will be of type boolean. So I'm using form key dot current state to check all the fields are valid or not. It will give me results of boolean type. So I'm going to check whether if the validation is true or false. Based on that I will do something. I am writing if the validation is true, then print login success. And now hook this or call this method from our sign up button. Now I'm saving it. Now click on sign up. You can see this field cannot be blank message appearing after clicking the sign up button. Similarly, we can apply this validator to all the fields to check whether the condition is working or not. So we'll change here the message. Instead of this field is blank, let's give a proper message. Please enter your name. Then similarly you can copy paste these things inside form. Here the email address. If it is email address, then email address must contain other symbol in the text entered. For now we can check that one only. So call empty, and first we'll test whether it's empty or not. If it is not empty, then we'll check whether it contains symbol or not. If it is not containing, then we will say invalid email to the user. Let's copy this validator for password as well. Where is it? Now check the empty. Now check for empty only whether it is empty or not, and we will ask the user to enter password. Now save it and hot reload it so that the states should change. Now if I click on the sign up button, everything it is showing enter your name, and please enter password. Oh, it should be changed to enter your email address. Let's change that to email address. So all kinds of validation are done. Now let's hot reload again. I'm giving some value here. It's not empty, but I want to check whether it contains that symbol or not. See, it doesn't contain the other symbol. Contains, it should be checked with negation. Okay, reload it again. Now I am typing sign up. Just anything you can type for testing. Now it says invalid email. Why it is showing empty? Invalid email is correct, but enter email address. Yes, that's right. Here email address is the text email. We can change so that we can understand properly. Now it is changed to email. Like that, we'll change it to password and name. Now how to reload it? Now press the sign up button. It is showing enter your name, enter email, and enter password. But now in sign up method, after checking the validation, if it is success or if it is valid, then we can redirect to next page or next screen, whatever available to us. Now inside the sign up button, we can redirect to other page based upon the validation check. Here it is saying if it is valid, then we can redirect. So let me remove it and give a condition basis. So if it is not valid, then we will just return it, or if it is valid, then we will return to next page. So for returning to the next page, you can use the navigator of Flutter with context, and use another method push named or push replacement named. There are many other methods which I will explain in the next video. What are the uses of each method? For now we'll use push replacement. Here it is asking for the new route, So let's go to home.dart and create a constant of route name, static const route name, and give home, and link this home page in main.dart file. Inside the material app, we have an option. With the help of this object, type that home.dart, home.page, and root name using the context. You can type it with a small letter and create that instance of the page you want to route or navigate. Now save it, and let's go to the sign up page, and here you just need to call that root name. I guess this method will be push and push replacement. The argument type string cannot be assigned to the parameter type root object. Let me remove this one. Push named. Here we can call that home.root. Now we can navigate to the home page with the button click sign up once the validation is success. So let's save all the files and hot reload it. Here I'm not giving any value. Now let's click on the sign up button, and it is showing the error message because we have not entered any value. Now let's enter name, test, and test at the rate gmail.com and password test 123. This yellow color error generally comes because it is overlapping any bottom of 30 pixels. We can handle it later. Now just enter all the input values and click sign up button. Now we can see it is redirected to the different page or the home page. In home page I have written logged in successfully. So as at the starting I told you, it is showing in black color because it is only having container without any scaffold. Now let's wrap this container with scaffold widget so that we can see how does it look. Let me create or wrap this, and the scaffold widget will accept body property. Now save it. Now you can see logged in successfully. So for this also we can add app bar property, and we can give app bar some titles will be your name, welcome for now. Now welcome came. Now let's reload this once again and try to click the sign up button with the proper input. Mangal test at 123, password Mangal 123. Click sign up, and it redirected to the home page successfully. Logged in successfully. Now you can go back. Similarly, in this way we can implement the form in Flutter, and we can also store this data in any backend server. Either it can be Firebase or any customer specific servers using any APIs. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you have any doubt or any query, you can comment me on the comment section below, and I'll reply to those, or I'll create separate videos for your doubts.